Right. So here's how we deal with a price ceiling and a price floor. Suppose that quantity demanded is equal to 200 minus the price. Quantity supplied is equal to the price minus 100. Start off by drawing your picture because that will help you organize your thoughts. So the demand curve runs from 200 to 200. Supply curve starts off at 100. So then you want to solve for equilibrium. So solving for equilibrium with unrestricted markets is going to yield a quantity of 50 and a price of 150. Now we can start thinking about price ceilings and price floors. So let's start off thinking about a price ceiling. Remember, the price ceiling is a maximum price. You can't charge anything more than that. Well, currently the market is charging 150. So if you tell them that, oh, you can't charge more than 160, they weren't doing that anyway, so that's not going to have any impact. The price ceiling is only going to have an impact if it's actually less than the equilibrium price. So suppose we're thinking about a price ceiling of 125. So if we're thinking about a price ceiling of 125, what we need to do is think about, okay, what's quantity supplied and what's quantity demanded going to be equal to? How do we figure that out? Take 125, plug it into your demand curve. Well, there you'll come up with 75. Plug it into your supply curve, 125 minus 100, that's 25. And it's the lower of those two numbers that will drive what happens in the market. Remember, it's voluntary exchange. Consumers would like to buy 75, but producers aren't willing to make that many. So, under that binding price ceiling, we're going to have a quantity traded of 25. Well, what about a price floor? Remember, a price floor says you can't charge any less than a particular price. Now, if you tell them that, okay, you can't charge anything less than, say, 125, well, that's not going to make any difference because they were charging more than that anyway. Price floors only have an impact if they are above the equilibrium price. So let's think about a price floor of 175. So what do? We plug 175 into our demand curve. 200 minus 175 is 25. That would be the equilibrium quantity demanded. Plug it in your supply curve, 175 minus 100, that's 75 as well. And again, it's the lower of the two that will drive the quantity in the market. So the quantity that will actually get traded will be 25. Now what's interesting about this, trust me, it's interesting, is either way the equilibrium quantity is going to be 25. What's different is under the price ceiling of 125, consumers pay 125, producers get to keep 125. Under the price floor of 175, consumers pay 175, producers get to keep 175. There's an important difference there that we will get to when we get to the notion of consumer and producer surplus.